today we're here with Jessica Robson of Milestones, one of our great members of the Brisbane West Chamber of Commerce. So Jessica, thank you for coming today. And how long have you been at Milestones? And can you just tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, so I'm actually relatively new to Milestones. I've been with them since the beginning of the year. So it's been ever changing because I just got the hang of things and then COVID hit and we've changed it all. But we're a disability employment service. So we assist all of our clients that have either permanent or temporary barriers to employment in finding jobs and sustaining those positions. We work with the employers as well. We do disability awareness training with their current staff if necessary, as well as things like first aid certificates and safety shoes and transport to and from work and anything else we can do.
So why did you join the chamber?
So probably 10 years ago, I lived on the north side of Brisbane and I was a member of the chamber over there. And I just like the connections more than anything. So I've made the southern side of Brisbane my home now. I had a business in the western suburbs for 6 years.
Similar line of work?
No, actually that was a retail tile business. I was married to a tiler at the time. And so from there, once he was up and running and established, I went back to nursing. I was a nurse. And then from there, I've moved into disability employment. But I like being part of the community. I like having those connections. I like I like to know what's happening in the community as well.
So how has COVID affected Milestones and your work?
It's been challenging. It was initially. It's actually probably been a blessing in disguise more than anything. So we had a bit of a restructure to how we manage things. Our caseloads got reduced so that we could work more intensively with our clients through what was quite a stressful period. And we all work remotely now. So I find that the advantage to that is I have gotten to know my clients so much better than I did pre-COVID. I have regular contact. They ring and text and email me, all sorts of things. And having that intense connection, just the growth.
Has COVID made it more difficult for you to find work for?
It's certainly made it more difficult to find work. So we've done a lot of job development with our clients, but finding work has been really difficult. Obviously, it's difficult for everybody. But on top of that, there are a lot of employers who now are only seeking, experienced staff because they need to get somebody in to do the job in the smallest amount of time. So that has been quite challenging, although probably in the last month, it's sort of starting to return to a bit more.
Do employers get support for employing people with disabilities?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have both government incentives and milestone private incentives that we can help employers with the training. And then on top of that, they also get me, where we do on-the-job support. So once they've done that initial training, if one of our clients is still, feeling a bit anxious or still struggling with a task or prioritising tasks, those sorts of things, then we go on site and give them a bit of assistance, which means the business doesn't need to give another employee over at that point in time. So I find that works really well.
So did any of your clients qualify for government support during COVID?
Yes, probably 50% did. We had a small number that lost sort of motivation because of those incentives, but it was quite a small number. Most of our clients they don't want to work for the paycheck. They want to work because they want to work. They want to feel valued, and they want to give back to their community, and they want to be part of something. So although the incentives were obviously quite helpful in some ways, I found that most of my clients, it didn't discourage them from their desire to work. And it's one of those things that I do try and push to employers, is that if you hire somebody with a disability, that you'll probably find they're going to be your most loyal and hard-working employee, because they want to work. So
they appreciate the opportunity.
They appreciate the opportunity. They appreciate being part of something.
So with the chamber, do you think there may be some potential employers there?
Well, I think, yeah. So what I'd like to do is be able to build relationships with different business owners, and have that mutual relationship where I can help them and they obviously help my clients. I find that not all employers are aware of what's available to them, or you know, there's the social stigma of hiring somebody with a disability that can create fear. So being able to build relationships and almost that bit of education behind what hiring somebody with a disability actually means, and it's not as big and scary as the media or the social.
So as a member of the chamber, do you think there'll be opportunities for some of our members to be potential employers?
Absolutely, I do. So I just want to be able to build those relationships and help sort of educate to take away that social stigma that is employing somebody with a disability, work on mutually beneficial relationships, basically, you know, and also just learn what's happening in the businesses and the trends, so that I can adequately educate my clients on what's happening. So if they're looking for a particular industry that is booming or is reducing, then that helps me inform them as well.
So what type of clients have you got? I mean, do you want to promote one?
I've got a million. No, I don't have a million, but they're everyday people. You know, I've got a young man who has diabetes type 1. So his barrier to employment literally is he needs to be inside with a fridge that his insulin can go in. It's that simple. And then I have another young lady who has all the passion in the world. She has a slight learning disability, so she just needs a bit of extra time but once she's got something, she has got it. So, and then I've got a young man at the moment, Manny, who's been on Channel 7 News. He's got a passion for garbage. So he wants nothing more to work as a garbage man. So I'm currently negotiating with Suez for a pathway internship for Manny. So it's basically like 8 weeks work experience where he can get to know the company, they can get to know him, and if all goes well, then he'll move into paid employment with them.
Wow, well, waste is the future.
Yes.
We're never going to run out of it.
No, we're not. And as I said, it's his passion. He rang me yesterday. He had me almost in tears. I had to go say to him, "Oh, Manny, I've got another meeting." And he was just thanking me. He was like, "Jess, this is my dream job and it means so much to me, and thank you so much." And I was like, "I did set up a meeting, like," you know, but and he's come so far. Look, I've done so much work with him over COVID, getting him job ready, and you know, and then sometimes it's a little bit hard to see them go because they get all independent. You know,
you have to have a reunion every night.
I know, and you build relationships with, you know, I have lots of my clients' mums who ring me, and
so challenges like learning difficulties and diabetes possibly don't qualify for NDIS.
Correct. So we're really the only assistance that they get. Mm-hmm. I do have some clients who you know, might be on the spectrum that qualify and have other therapies that they assist with. Unfortunately, we don't collaborate. So I find that can be sometimes stressful for the clients because they've sort of got multiple things happening and different people contacting them. That can be a little bit challenging. But yeah, we sort of sit out on the wings of social services and do our bit as best that we can.
That's great. So how long has Milestones been going as a company?
Milestone started as CPL. So that was the Cerebral Palsy League. And then we created the Milestones arm of employment, and then CPL has since become Choice, Passion and Life. So to be more inclusive of all disabilities, the CPL arm does, they have a lot more to do with the NDIS, and they do accommodation and services like that. And our little neck of the woods do employment, but we also have a few other things like Milestones Equip, which helps with any aids that people may need, walking frames or bathroom rails and all of those sorts of things.
And does that also cover the place of employment if the participant?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do all sorts of workplace modifications, from desks to chairs to ramps to you name it, we'll do it. And we have a lot of clients who work with ME Equip. We also have Milestones Printing, which is a printing company that is purely run by clients with disabilities. And they do not only all of our printing, but a lot of contracts.
Is that in Brisbane?
It is. It's in Strathpine. So, and it's an amazing.
So that's a good promotion that you could do to the chamber.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So they also do a really good coffee if you're ever up there.
Oh,
excellent. So we have a lot of clients who do their barista training through their little coffee cart, and then we'll, find a nice little cafe or something that we can transition them across to. So, but we're all through Queensland, and there's currently people working at expanding down into Sydney and northern New South Wales. Obviously, COVID's put a bit of a halt on that, but I know that there's still a lot of work happening in the background, getting ready for that sort of expansion. So there's lots of us running around.
Well, I think you'll be a great member of our chamber because I think there'll be two-way interaction.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. So thank you very much for coming today.
That's okay.